On this episode, breaking news. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Is that a good news jingle?
Yeah, it's beautiful. That
was pretty good. The beginning felt a little bit you were going to weird superhero land, and then the last note really pulled it out and made it feel like
I think I was trying to mimic the one from Arrested Development. You know, they always have the news guy. The Bluths are at it again.
Yeah. Welcome to Save Every Universe. My name is Alec Garcia. I am the son of Sparta, who must stop the demon emperor Mundus in a flashy mix of dual pistols, aerial swordsmanship, and supernatural powers.
Nice. So, I thought for a second you were going with, like, Greek.
This is Sparta.
Yeah.
This is Sparta.
Oh, he's Leonidas.
Sparta.
From the game.
Not Sparta.
300. That's not a game.
I think they did a game, didn't they?
You saw when we were doing our movie video.
Max Payne to do bullet time, and you just put swords instead. It would be fine.
Easy.
It'd be good.
I'm surprised you don't pitch these types of ideas.
I'm driving to LA tomorrow to pitch that exact concept.
A 300 idea for a video game, like years
I got something
after
fresh
the movie.
for you guys. Yeah,
nobody does this. My name is Robbie. I'm a stunt writer, being guided by an AI while I ride my way through a dystopian future filled with explosives, radiation, and robots.
Radiation and robots. Who were you last week?
Clink from Evoland. It's a mobile.
No idea what
mobile
that
RPG game.
Really?
Yeah.
Mobile. You've
playing.
given me shit in the past for using mobile games.
That's right. That's right. I did.
Period.
This is actually my wife bought this for me. It has like really good reviews, and there's a big sale on Google for it. So it's a really cool game. I guess it's on Steam as well. You kind of play through the history of RPGs. It starts out in black and white and 8-bit, and when you unlock a treasure chest, it's 16-bit, and then another treasure chest makes it color.
So the treasure chest unlocks actually upgrade the visual appearance. So that's a cool idea.
And
what is it called?
Evo Land, like evolution.
Yeah.
But Evo
Interesting.
Land. It's pretty funny too. There's like a little like mini commentary every time. Like the music, you unlocked music. Listen to those top charts or whatever. Like you unlock forced decisions. You unlock experience points so you can level up. It's pretty fun.
And last time I was the Doom Slayer from the 2016 Doom.
Is that his name? Doom Slayer?
He's the Doom Slayer. So,
really?
Yeah, I don't know how... I mean, I think the developers came right out and said the story is there if you want it, but it's not really the point.
Like, he was born,
so
and his birth certificate says...
You literally wake up on top of, like, a sarcophagus tomb thing, and you just start killing demons, and you fight your way through the game. But you find out that basically you are the Doom Slayer from the past incarnation or whatever.
You're just always the Doom Slayer.
Yeah, and they wake you up to come kill a bunch of demons and stuff. It's really cool.
Good morning, Mr. Freeman.
Yeah, oh my gosh, yeah, so much Half-Life in the story structure.
Yeah.
At the very end of it even, they're like, well, we summoned you because we needed you, and now you're going to go away.
And now
I'll let
your
you know.
time has come again.
It is Half-Life. It was good, though. It was really solid. The gameplay on that is so fun. I did not get at E3 2018 why they had that little Doom Eternal teaser.
Yeah.
And they didn't really show much, but people like lost their damn minds. They were so excited. I was like, okay, like I get that teaser was okay.
Yeah.
It's a Doom game. Seen this before, but I didn't play the Doom 2016, and holy shit, it's so good, and I'm very excited now for Doom Eternal. I think
it's just like it was so much fun. Who gives a shit? We're excited that it's being made.
Yeah, it just has so much. The game has just so much swagger, dude. You like rip a guy's arm off and slap it on like a keypad thing that like opens a door, or you rip a guy's head off and shove it into a retinal scanner.
Nice.
It just has like so much violent, gross swagger that it's hard to not enjoy it. It's really good.
Kind of like that. That's always how I feel like about Gears of War and all the blood splatter.
Just it's so over the top
aliens.
with the Oh, the chainsaw is so satisfying in Doom.
Really?
Just anytime you do it, like ammo just explodes out of for like all your different guns. So you can use it as like a oh shit, I'm out of ammo. Chainsaw fool, get back on your feet, keep killing things.
Nice.
So it's a really well balanced, structured, thought out game. The combat is just flawless. So and they had a good sale on it with Doom and Wolfenstein 2. Which
you picked them both up.
They had a great sale on the PlayStation Store. Got the double pack for like $25, $30, something like that.
Yeah.
Totally worth it. Both are fantastic games.
That's actually a pretty good segue into our topic, because today we're actually going to go over some news again. And the way I'd like to think about like approaching this month's news, at least, is kind of, there's been some unrelated news, but there's been a lot of post E3, what did that actually mean? seen wait, hold on, let's fix the spin on it or whatever type news that have dropped. And I guess for you, Doom is a good example of that.
One of the interesting things I thought was Anthem. I've seen some of the developer stuff where interviewers have asked them, like, basically, like, what are you backpedaling on now? And what are you trying to fix since E3? It wasn't a PR bullshit defensive thing. It was like just a very casual, comfortable, relaxed, like, honestly, not that much. Like, we did learn some stuff and we're going to dial some things in, but no major changes. It seemed like people really liked the game, which is encouraging.
Yeah, absolutely. When some of that stuff first dropped, I was a little concerned. People were very nitpicky. I thought the demos that I saw were great.
It looked really solid, and people were like, the fucking number sizes.
Number sizes.
Chill out.
What a fucking weird thing with the number. What spoiled pompous princesses we fucking become, where we're like, you see a new game that's fucking amazing, and you're, well, the numbers aren't exactly the size that is optimal for my vision to screen rate. Give me a fucking break. Really?
Yeah. And if it really was that big of an issue, that's such a tiny thing that
they actually already said
you can adjust
your UI, which that's great.
Which is cool if you like the big numbers, which I thought the big numbers were kind of cool.
I did too.
We'll see how it feels when it plays.
I'm cranking that shit up. I'm all for control the UI. Seriously, people like making
that's a deal breaker for
in
them.
A demo for a game that comes out in 9 months. You're pissed about the numbers. Like, give me a break.
Yeah, but overall, it sounded like the people who played it were like, it's really good. It feels good. Combo systems are rewarding, all that stuff. So that's cool.
They talked about how combos. They showed like combos can be done between abilities. That they've now said that you can do that with your own weaponry.
Okay.
You don't have to be in a party to get like the combo bonus, which is cool.
There's some stuff that's come out since that. I listened to some dev interviews where they said that it will be equally satisfying to play solo if that's how you choose to play.
Which is how BioWare was. Yeah. You could combo if you had the right abilities, but so nothing really surprising there. Yeah. They've talked a little bit more, just the Javelin playstyle is very customizable. I know they said at least one of the specs could be complete melee.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it was the assassin type. You could, if you decide, like somehow customize everything, you could just do all melee
That was
attacks.
the thing that kind of flew around.
That was the caster type. It was the one that they didn't show as much of. If you in the cutscene, it like showed him.
Some of that stuff I've played Warframe since then, and some of that style of some of the flying around shit and all that looked a little bit Warframe-y almost. Yeah.
They say that about Destiny too. That like Destiny clearly ripped a lot of stuff. I don't know.
That's going to be the big interesting thing. I think they had to have been in development simultaneously and then released within a year or two of each other, something like that. But
yeah, well, from what I hear a little bit about Warframe, because it's like free to play. There's some scheme. There's kind of some pay schemes and like
there is. That's actually an interesting thing of what, like, if you look at YouTube and stuff, people are losing their damn minds over Warframe right now. There's so many Warframe videos out about how if you're not paying attention to Warframe, you don't care about gaming. Like, that was their headline. I didn't even click on it because I was like, okay, overstatement of the year, clickbait shit. I was like, because it is a good game. It's an interesting game, and especially for free to play, it's incredibly high caliber. But to say you're not paying attention to one game, that is a little bit ridiculous. But people are going nuts over Warframe right now. They're adding a ton of expansion stuff. It's a much deeper, from what I understand, from what I've played, like, it's a much deeper world of customization and progression than something like Destiny.
Which is what a lot of people want.
I don't like the gameplay as much, though. The world is cool. The fact that you like have you can actually be on your ship. There's a bunch of really cool stuff about it. The gameplay is just, to me, does not feel as good.
I get scared of free-to-play models, honestly, because of my experience with MMOs. I have found, at least for me, like any MMO that I've played that had a free-to-play option was always a little gimmicky or always had these things, like you always felt it, right? Versus like anything that's like a flat fee, like Guild Wars 2. Yeah. I didn't play Guild Wars 1, but I played a little Guild Wars 2. Or something that's subscription-based, like WoW or Final Fantasy. Right. Then you don't have to worry about that bullshit. You just get in and play the game. Yeah. There's not these gates and barriers. And, well, if you recruit 3 friends...
I played a couple... I put a couple hours into Warframe, and I didn't feel like that at all.
No?
Maybe once you get further in, like, there's bigger, fancier armor sets you can buy and stuff, but everyone seems to just love it, that it's balanced and fair, and the microtransactions are there, but they're not... it's not super over-the-top pay-to-win.
Well, maybe it's cool.
Stuff, and
I haven't tried it out because I don't like video games.
Such a stupid statement.
Oh, a couple other things about Anthem. One of the things that I saw there was a 20 rapid questions or something, or rapid fire questions that Game Informer did on YouTube. Those are very entertaining. Yeah. But I guess he said something about integration with your players will be seamless. Or, you can drop in, drop out. You can join them on their quest. It's not like a big deal.
You can kind of do it in the Division.
It works pretty good in the Division. I think it works pretty good in Wildlands. Yeah. Actually, I feel like it works pretty good in a lot of games, but not Destiny. It's a little awkward.
Yeah, so
it kind of works, but not that well, because let's say I'm running
in the original Destiny pitch, though, your ship like flies through the world and flies over, and you transmat down onto the ground and stuff, and that never made it into the game.
That would have been sweet.
It would be cool if there was something like that in Anthem, but I mean, even if it's just a load in, it's fine too. But,
I mean, think about how we've been playing Far Cry. It's pretty seamless.
Yeah.
I'm just running around in the world, and then you just it's not like, oh, you're in the middle of this, you can't do that right now. Right. Fire Team full or Wildlands. We were doing the Predator fight, and somebody from our Dad's a Destiny clan just jumped in with us because we had our list set to that. I know Division, it works. The other thing I thought of was they said there's not going to be any romance options.
Does sound like they stripped down the narrative choice stuff considerably, and they said, you know, when you make a game like this, you have to choose, and here's what we chose, but I think you're still going to love it. And I think it's cool that they're flat out, they're not BSing anybody about that. They're like, we cut it way back, it's not going to be as big as any other BioWare game that you might expect.
Yeah, well,
there will still be good characters and all that.
It has different goals, right? Its goal is more of like an exploration, long-term social gaming experience. So I know in BioWare made the Old Republic, the Star Wars MMO, and they put romance options in, and then it hasn't entirely worked, right? Because then they tried to go bold places with the direction, or like with the newer expansions in the game, and then they like took away all your companions that you kind of married in your story, and now they're just gone, which to me, like, kind of, it really bugged me. One of the I like tried to come back to the expansion, I was like, wait, my chick's not with me? But that was like an important part of the narrative, and I'm like, yeah, she's gone, it's super sad, and they'll be like, here's a new patch, and I just look, I'm like, did you guys bring her back? No, not playing it. Back. Let me know when my wife is back.
Like we've talked in the past about how mind-blowing and cool it is when they can pull out like those branching narratives, and how when they pull it off, it's incredible. But it does make sense that there's a limit to that, and there's a capacity on that, and that at some point you have to make economical choices to make the game satisfying, and you can't have everything all the time.
And they said there's still going to be like good moments with NPCs and companions. There's a scene in Mass Effect 3 where you are shooting beer bottles with one of your companions, and you can like choose how that goes. They said they'll have moments like that are like, there's still choice, there's still influence, you still get like the camaraderie. They said they're just not going as far as romance.
It won't be like the Mass Effect, the Penny Arcade, where it's like, your shepherd had wings by the end of it?
They're not doing that, which makes sense because that's not what kind of game this is.
They had to kind of restrict and dial in and focus it.
Exactly. That's still probably a lot more advanced than most of the games like that we're playing right now, like Division or Destiny or anything. So,
speaking of subscription models, did you see that WoW, like that whole free to play subscription stuff? WoW went free to play, or you don't have to purchase the game. You only pay a subscription and you get access to the whole shebang. I think.
So that's pretty big news. WoW's had a lot of expansions. And I think a lot of people who want to come in and check it out, if they've never played or they see how much the game's changed and they want to try it now, it's kind of always been a gate of like, well, you haven't bought this or that. Sometimes they'll retrofit a couple of them, but not all of the expansions. So you had to make that upfront investment and then do a monthly fee. Now
it's steep.
It is steep.
Yeah, I mean, the monthly fee thing has always been a barrier to me for getting into like 14 or even giving it a shot, honestly.
Right, and if you're going to play 14 right now, you'd have to buy 14, buy Heaven's Word, and now buy Stormblood. Right. So that's a pretty...
And they do have good deals on, like, you can get the whole pack, the complete package for like $40 or something if it's on sale.
But then you're paying, $12 a month. So WoW is now changing it to where you only buy... There's an upcoming expansion that costs money.
The War for Azeroth or something like that,
War
right?
War for Azeroth. Yeah, I think that's it. And then the monthly fee, and that's it. Yeah, it's a pretty big deal. They've always had free to play, I think, up to like level 20 or something.
Like a trial base.
Yeah. And then if you like it, you keep going or whatever. But
I mean, like, they've been around so long, though. They really do sort of have to innovate and try new things and just keep opening those doors wider to keep the player base full and keep people coming back.
Right, to either keep people who haven't tried it to try it. And that's, I mean, they had 12 million subscribers at one point. That's a lot of people who've tried that game. Or the flip side is bring those players back. Players who maybe bought the base game but not other stuff, or only played one thing, and now they want to come back. This looks interesting. And I know this new expansion is supposed to kind of bring the focus back to like Horde versus Alliance, and a lot of people liked that. So
that was like the big thing back in the day.
I mean, that's what like Warcraft was about, right? So it's smart. It's a smart tactic, I think, to bring in either the long lost players or new players. Maybe there are still players out there who played like Warcraft 3 but never played WoW. Right. So yeah, that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, it really is.
Do you think you'll try it now?
I tried it actually not too long ago. I re-downloaded it on Blizzard and played it a little bit. Did
you really?
Yeah. It's just not, I don't know. It's just not for me. I don't know.
That's fair.
Yeah, it's a little too grindy, a little too time commitment-y. I have other things that are my time sinks that I just, at this point, it's not the one it wouldn't replace anything for me at this point, you know?
Yeah, that's fair enough. I've played every expansion. I tend to only play them for like a month or two and then I quit. For me, I don't know, it just feels old. The game feels dated.
It does, yeah. The controls are a little clunky and the graphics are not impressive, and I'm sure the mechanics are tight if that's your thing, but...
And there's a lot to like grind if you want to. If you want to,
and I'm sure when you get to the high level stuff, the raids, like I'm sure those are still fun and rewarding if you have a group that you like to play with and all that. But
yeah, I think for me, since I don't play it with a group anymore, if I'm going to play an MMO by myself, that's just not the one for me.
Oh, on that note though, of like kind of opening the doors and removing those barriers, like you were saying, it does seem like that is the trend. The Division cut out the DLC. WoW's going subscription only. Shadow of War, Mordor game, the sequel to, I can't remember the first one. It was good though. But the second one got a lot of shit, all their loot box controversy, and they were in that same wave of F loot boxes, F this money grubbing stuff, and they're dropping the loot boxes, and then they announced they're releasing a bunch of free patches to improve the end game and to keep people playing for free. That whole tidal wave has like crashed ashore, and now the developers are actually making good shit without going for the money grab. The Eververse, the random, what is it, like a slot machine basically,
prismatic matrix,
like they pulled that out of the game. Like a bunch of loot box microtransaction stuff has gone away in the last couple months.
Well, I think it's interesting because I think a lot of people have seen games be really successful without it. I mean, hell, what is the most lucrative game of all time now is GTA 5. Their shit just comes out. They have microtransactions in it, but like as far as the new content that just is part of the game. I was looking at it because I was thinking about buying it. I had played it on Xbox, but not PlayStation. I was thinking about buying it, and they're calling it like GTA Online Premier Edition.
Right.
I was like, I think it's the same. Like, I don't think you get, like, if I went and bought a used disc and played GTA Online, I still get all the new things they've come out with. Maybe I don't get, they've had a bunch of promos, and
so it might just be sort of like the WoW thing. It might just be like a new marketing push to just get more people in the hopper or something.
And I think that's it, right? Yeah. So GTA has proved with that model, they have made more money than any other game, GTA 5. Right. So obviously, you don't have to be like too money grubbing. They have some microtransaction options.
Yeah, and it does seem like there is a genuine interest from players to want to buy things, but they want to know what they're buying. They don't want to be like pay for a loot box that randomly spits shit out that you might have already. Yeah. That sucks. That feels just icky.
It does.
And
if you've ever done it, you know how icky it feels.
But if you could spend $1.99 to get this ship or something like that, like I would do that once in a while.
I did it recently in Wildlands.
Yeah.
We were playing it together, and I bought I bought some military.
But you knew exactly what you were getting, and you see it and you say, that's badass. I'll pay for that.
And they do it just like a regular anything else. They put sales on it sometimes it's all just digital goods. Yeah. But you feel like, oh, I know what I'm getting. Yeah. I got that. I'm cool with it. Actually, on that note, I don't know if you saw this or care, but of games that just keep adding content, Overwatch is adding a new character.
Yeah, I did see
a
that.
hamster called Wrecking Ball. It goes live at the end of July. People are freaking out over it. I wasn't like, oh my God.
Is there like gameplay out for it and stuff?
Yeah.
Does it look good?
It looks, ridiculous.
It
looks ridiculous, but it looks pretty good. I mean,
but like ridiculous, it can be good. Like, and people will come back for that. We were playing Far Cry 5 tonight, and the DLC as we're recording this, the DLC just came out a day or two ago, and you can get the laser guns in the main campaign. So now we're playing through the main campaign co-op, and we're just vaporizing shit with laser guns. Yeah. And it's so absurd, but it's so fun. And it's like, I've played through the game all the way. I've done the DLCs. I've done a bunch of arcade, and I am not sick of that game yet because they keep adding just ridiculous over the top crap that's fun to come back to.
Right. Yeah. I think it's brilliant. And then you get more people who, hey, my buddy's played this. Yeah. Now it's half off, and there's all this free shit. I'll throw some money at it. We'll go through it again together. Yep. I think it's in one of those really cool, maybe not on the surface, it's not capitalistic. Maybe you would think it's communist to just put in, on the surface looks like free shit for nothing, but it's actually not. Like, they're making all this money back.
Well, and that's good business, right? It's like giving out free samples to prove that your shit is good before you ask someone to give you money for it. Like, that's good business.
Battlefield 1 is doing that. There's I think now all the DLC is free, or most of it.
For Battlefield 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, right now, and they're doing the road to Battlefield 5, and Battlefield 5 is not doing an expansion season pass thing. Yeah.
Right. That's really cool, right?
Is cool.
I think
I like this trend, and I
love it.
Yeah, and I think people are gonna figure out how to treat gamers with a little bit more on the up and up, and lead with value instead of lead with the money grab.
I don't know if you've probably been tracking this heavily, but Fortnite's next season just started.
Yeah, it's season 5, right?
Yeah, and I don't think I can speak intelligently about it.
No, I can't either.
They have.
Well, this is a good time to plug our episode on Battle Royale. If you missed that one, go back and. Yeah. Neither of us like Fortnite. We both actually really like Battle Royale genre. We do not like Fortnite. Yeah, it was pretty
good. We don't get it, but if you're excited about that kind of thing, you probably already know that the new season is out.
So enjoy.
And if you're on the fence, we're probably not going to sell it to you. But they added vortexes.
Okay.
You know what that is?
No.
I have a general concept.
Teleportation
across
the map? Or
Tried to figure it out.
Dude, the two things you're not really qualified to bring up are like you're starting to bring up are Fortnite and Forza, and I'm not sure what that's about.
I don't have any Forza news on this episode, but I do know that Fortnite has added deserts, vortexes, and carts. So, breaking news. You heard it first here. You probably did not actually hear it first here, but I spent more time than I care to admit trying to figure out what it all means without just
Fortnite
going and
stuff?
Yeah, and I was like, I can't understand this, so.
I do not like that game.
I was like, well, I know Alex's not going to bring it up. In fact, I don't even know if he'll keep how much he's mumbling, how much he hates that game. He might edit it out.
I'm looking for the next topic to talk about.
All right, we can move on, but now that we're...
Nathan Fillion. So if you, two pieces of cool news, we talked about this a little bit last time, is that one of the Naughty Dog devs tweeted about how Nathan Drake doesn't ever take bullet damage until he gets killed.
Yeah, that was really cool.
The red fills the screen that feels like bullet damage, but it's actually his luck running out until a bullet finally kills him. Super cool. Good homage to the inspiration from which the game was inspired.
Yes.
But then this month also, Nathan Fillion stars as Nathan Drake in a short film.
It's like a fan-made...
The guy who wrote it is an actual screenwriter. He's written other action movies. It feels like it's fan made, but it feels like it's a proof of concept for them to try to get funding for a larger project.
I kind of got the same feeling like when the Deadpool footage leaked. Do you remember that? And I was like, oops, how did this get out? And all the fans were like, we need a Deadpool movie.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what they're going for.
Ryan Reynolds.
But Nathan Fillion was great.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I'm not.
I was actually curious what you were going to say.
I know this is blasphemy. I'm not the biggest Nathan Fillion fan in general, and I know that's okay. Seems like most nerds are like.
I've grown up now. I won't kill
grabbing Nathan's jangles all the time.
Hey, he treats us well. We treat him well.
He's a really cool guy. From what I've seen of interviews, I'm just not like super fanboy anything Nathan Fillion's in.
But you weren't a big Firefly fan.
But he is a cool guy, and I really I appreciate his love for gaming and him as a person in interviews. He's a cool guy. But he does an amazing Nathan Drake, dude.
Yeah,
he was really good. He nailed some of the facial expressions and just the snarky wit and stuff.
He's been pushing for this for a long time, actually.
Yeah.
Did you? I mean, there was talk that they were going to make it. Everyone pushed for Nathan Fillion. Then they said they were going to cast Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, okay.
And everybody was like, "Fuck you! No. We're not seeing that. We're never going to watch that."
Mark Wahlberg would be terrible. He doesn't have any of that lighthearted swagger. He's all tough guy.
And then they scrapped the movie. Fans were so Nathan or bust.
You have to nail the personality.
Everyone was saying Nathan Fillion or bust, and it busted. So I wonder if... And everyone said, should have used Nathan Fillion. Yeah. He does a really good Nathan Drake.
He does. And what I liked about it, too, is that you could tell it was low budget. Like the gunplay, like the guns, bullets hitting, and like the end sequence where they peel out in the Jeep. It was like you could tell it was low budget, and they just did it as a passion project. It was so cool. You just got to respect the hell out of that.
I saw IGN post this on Instagram. Somebody overlaid the Uncharted interface for that last shooting sequence.
Well, you could tell they went into the over the shoulder to make it feel like Uncharted. Yeah.
Somebody went all the way with it.
Nice.
And added like the ammo and the gun icon.
Oh, dang.
And when he does the slow jump at the end, it's like press triangle, like appears really big. It was good.
I'm gonna have to check that out because when that camera angle changed over his shoulder, that's immediately what I thought. I was like, oh, this is like playing Uncharted. Gameplay. This is cool.
I'm glad you liked it. I was curious what you would. Yeah. I almost didn't. I haven't had the heart to bring it up to you because I know you're not a fanboy like I am. I have a
Firefly poster. Over
there's one up there, and then in my house there's a Captain Mal Frozen in Carbonite mashup artwork. Right there. So I'm obviously a fan.
I think he's a really, really cool guy. Just the over the top fanboying on him.
So I wasn't sure I had the heart to hear you say like how he's.
No, I thought he did
because you're a huge Nathan Drake fan.
Well, he's like the perfect age. Someone in our Discord channel was like, "Oh man, he's so old," but I thought he was like the perfect age to match from Uncharted 4.
Yeah.
He had like the crow's feet in the eye, and I thought he did great.
Yeah, and those adventures could take place anytime between 3 and 4. Like who cares? Was that his girl at the end? What's her name?
Elena.
Was that supposed to be Elena?
I think it was Elena. That's the vibe I got. Yeah.
I did too.
The Sully guy, I thought he was pretty good. I thought he was good, but there was.
You knew who he was at least.
Yeah.
You weren't like that's so. You're like okay.
I don't know if he was like the best possible choice, but I mean, maybe if they actually made it, they would get a little more budget to.
But I mean,
I don't know.
At least when the guy was talking, and there was no doubt he was Sully.
Yeah, no, the voice was spot on.
Yeah.
The look was a little bit off for me.
He was a little bit smaller, which was because Sully's taller,
like a big.
But still, he did great. Everyone who did it did a great job,
yeah,
especially because it probably was low budget.
And the LT Gray, the little scrappy
LT Gray, yeah, that was awesome.
Good.
There was like really funny parts.
It reminded me a little bit of the movie with The Rock. The Rundown. The guy who talks like
Christopher Walken.
Christopher Walken. That was a terrible Christopher Walken. But that like got Italian.
This isn't the impression podcast.
That was a great movie, but there was a scene in there where there's like the little scrappy dude in the jungle who just beats the shit out of the Rock.
Yeah.
It kind of reminded me of that a little bit. Yeah. The jokes were solid, man. Like what are they feeding you? It was good.
Yeah, it was good. I'm glad you liked it. Oh, and then the other thing that's interesting about Nathan Fillion is he is not playing Cade 6 in the Forsaken.
The new Destiny DLC coming out in September.
This isn't spoilers because they're announcing they're killing off Cade 6. It's not Nathan Fillion.
And he wasn't involved in the trailer creation at all for Forsaken that they showed at E3.
Yeah, I guess he's done with Destiny.
And they're getting Nolan North to do the voice.
Why not, dude? He's
Nolan
gonna do it all
North
anyway.
Yeah, Nolan North and Troy Barker.
Yeah. Troy Baker.
Man, they're just in everything.
Wait,
now.
so doesn't Nolan North do Nathan Drake?
Yeah, he does Nathan Drake.
So Nolan North.
He does Ghost.
So Nathan Fillion's doing Nathan Drake, who's normally voiced by Nolan North, who's now voicing Cade 6, who's normally voiced by Nathan Fillion.
Right.
So you might need to, if you need to rewind and write that down.
That's pretty crazy.
It's kind of wacky. I think I made a comment like, yeah, he's doing everything else. And people are like, he does such a great job. Like, okay, I'm not saying he does a great job. I love Nolan North.
Yeah, he does. I mean, he does. The dude's really talented. I mean, he can do so many different things with his voice that he like, if you look at his like IMDb page of all the games he's done, it's like shit you would never even guess.
And when I hear him as Ghost, I'm always like, I can't believe that's Nathan Drake. I just
and he was the bad guy in The Last of Us, the David character.
Yeah.
Like the dude's got range.
He's not Joel. Troy Baker was Joel.
Yeah.
Whew. This is just a tiny little tidbit, but I did see, still haven't beat it, working on it, God of War. I'm in that fire planet where you like it's optional. You can craft fire armor or whatever.
Oh yeah.
But
you're further along than I thought.
I have trouble putting it down. I don't have a lot of time, but as soon as I get it,
someone commented on our Facebook page if our latest episode was spoiler free, and I was like, yeah, Robbie's like at the very beginning. So don't worry about it.
You're
further along than I thought.
I'm getting along now. Well, I've been playing a lot in the last week, as well as much as I can. But anyway, I saw that they're making the developers putting out a call for a character and monster god designer. For
cool.
The next God of War.
I'm not going to say that. Yeah,
I know that there's like clearly begging for a sequel. That's like all I know, which is great. And now I know that from the news. So
we'll have to talk privately about some of that after you finish the game.
Yeah. So anyway, that's not much, but I did start following one of the main designers and graphic designers on Instagram.
Okay,
he does really cool stuff.
Nice.
And he'll do like fan art of
concept art stuff.
Yeah. He just randomly does other stuff for fun too. Yeah. Like he'll do Iron Spider and Venom and Carnage and just really cool like mock-ups that are a nice thing to see on your Instagram. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's good eye candy. Yeah. So maybe I'll link to it. I can't remember his name right now.
Yeah, if you find it, put it on Facebook page. No Man's Sky is releasing a big update. Actually, I think it'll release the day this episode comes out, so we don't know yet. But it's called No Man's Sky Next, and they're adding like full multiplayer functionality, full co-op exploration. They're improving base building. They're doing a bunch of stuff. It kind of seems like this No Man's Sky Next is sort of like what a lot of people expected No Man's Sky to be at launch.
That was exactly what I thought too when I saw it. But now that we've played Far Cry and got space guns and put on spacesuits, I feel like we're playing it already. You know what I mean? That's basically what it's going to be, right?
We don't get ships in Far Cry, though. Oh, we get helicopters? That's close.
Helicopters
with
and
laser
airplanes.
Guns? With laser guns.
We did stall out when we tried to break Atmo, though, earlier.
That's true.
So, okay, I guess we'll have to check it out. It looked pretty cool.
Yeah, we're going to give it a shot.
You loved No Man's Sky.
I still fire it up once in a while and go explore, pop around to a couple planets. I think it's a cool game. I think the concept is really good. And especially after the updates they did about a year ago now.
Yeah.
Man, they when they really started releasing big patches, I think it got good then.
Maybe if you're able to actually explain to me what's going on while I'm in it, I could put up with it.
It's like, that's just it though. Like nothing's really going on. You fly around from planet to planet.
Listen, I need somebody there that I can say, why does this?
Galaxies.
What is this? Do I need this?
Oh, okay. That's what I need. That I can do.
Because when I just do that by myself, I fell down some canyon, broke my leg. I think I made it back after like 2 hours. I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this.
Yeah, so we're gonna give it a shot. We might put up a Let's Play or something.
So, confirmed from E3, if you didn't follow this, Waluigi is not in Smash Brothers Ultimate.
Was he a character at any other point in time?
No, but there's a small percentage of people who were like
holding out hope.
Yeah, well, it was like every character is here, but not Waluigi. And there's a lot of really...
He wasn't in a previous game. Why would they...
I don't care. I mean, you go to a GameStop and you're going to find all the Waluigi amiibos lining the rack. So don't come at me and tell me now, like, everybody loves Waluigi. No, they don't. But I will tell you, the internet was a really fun place for a couple days.
Yeah.
About... I don't know if I... Did I mention this? Where he's like staring in through a grate while everybody else is at a party.
That's
and
awesome.
like,
Wreck-It Ralph style.
Yeah.
Like he's the villain out in the... Yeah.
Or somebody like modified the poster with all the characters and they're all wearing Waluigi hats. No one would play him.
Yeah.
Okay, and if you actually, honest to God, would play him, first of all, I don't
be the
believe you, but
sleeper.
feel free to email us.
He could be the sleeper. No one played Ness for a long time, and then like he was good back in the day.
Nobody played Ness? Dude.
There was a time when
best-
Ness was like the weird thing,
the
and then
best
everyone
players
started
played
playing
Ness.
Ness.
Always.
Okay.
Always.
All right. Robbie's a Ness player.
And I always won.
In other Smash news, this was in an article on Polygon. Is apparently Smash tournament environments are incredibly toxic. Like,
really?
Both men and women have complained. There have been like criminal charges filed against professional Smash players for harassing women.
What?
And so, like, a lot of these tournament organizers are banding together to put together a board of like code of conduct, behaviors that must be met to participate in the tournament. And we reserve the right to ban anybody.
No
and
shit.
Some of the Smash players are coming back saying like, I lawyered up, and if you try to ban me from anything, I'm suing the shit out of you. And it has like turned into this weird, nasty, toxic thing, according to Polygon. I thought that was kind of interesting, though. You don't think of a Smash tournament as being this criminal level sexual harassment.
These cases are going all the way to the Supreme Court.
I mean,
that's surprising.
They got comments from Polygon, got comments from a lawyer, though, and they were like, well, if it comes down to can they keep people out of a tournament? Yes.
Yeah.
Like, of course. It doesn't matter who lawyers up. If they don't want them in the tournament, they don't play the tournament, period.
Yeah, because they're not discriminating on any sort of protected class.
As long as they don't restrict it on sex or religion or
any
whatever.
of the protected classes.
Yeah. But if it's like, hey, you have a history of sexually harassing
a
girl at a
need that
tournament,
much,
well, they said that it didn't even have to be proven. It could be suspected. And if the organizer, they can ban you from the tournament.
I think that's true, right? Because if you were being belligerent in any place of business, they can kick you out. That's not going to... So why would it be any different for a tournament?
Well, and if they put this board together of anti-harassment for these, particularly for these tournaments, and they can probably put it out on the wire, like, hey, we had a big problem with this guy. And anyone who's on that board is like, we'll put him on the list.
I haven't been to a Smash tournament in a really long time. The ones I went to were not that bad. Everyone was pretty respectful. There was a couple douchey guys, but they weren't mean. Mm-hmm. But again, that was like 10 years ago. It's been a really long time.
The article was kind of funny. It was like very diplomatic about people with possibly underdeveloped social skills might say something like, and it was like, you're pretty good for a girl. Like, that was their example of it, and they're like, that shit's not allowed. And like, some of these toxic players, though, were like pissed that they couldn't say that anymore.
It's kind of weird, right, that there's this whole like defensive, I should be able to be shitty to somebody based on their gender or
and
their...
particularly, we talked about this in the past, but particularly around gaming, like if it's in the context of gaming, it doesn't count. And like, that's just, it's such bullshit.
I'm not a racist, I'm not sexist, I said it in a video game. Like, no, that's not how that works.
Not how that works.
We won't start that again, but you can go back and listen to that episode. You got anything else? Oh, I'll save that for the next episode. I was going to talk about the Octopath Traveler, but let's wait, because our next week's episode
is going to be about Eastern versus Western games, particularly JRPGs versus Western RPGs, probably.
Yeah.
I thought this was really funny. The Aliens Colonial Marines game from 2013. Did you see this? The AI, when that game launched, the AI was like notoriously terrible. It's like going down in history as a horrible game. The AI was just like completely broken.
Yeah.
And a modder who was going in there playing around with this game for who knows why.
Yeah.
He found one line of code that had a typo in it, and you change the typo and it fixes the AI. Like, how absurd is it? How bad do you have to feel about that as the developer? That your whole...
How did they not patch that? That means like...
So that means they just didn't find it. Like, the game is flopped, and they were just like, oh, okay, never mind, walk away.
Yeah, but you'd think you'd be like, oh, there's a piece of code that specifically ties to that. Maybe we should check our work.
Right.
And then we'll patch it.
Yeah.
But no.
They just...
Yeah, I did see that. That's absurd.
It's really... Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Does that company still exist? They can't even hire this modder.
I don't even remember it. Yeah. I'm sure it just disappeared, and then they put... Their resume was like, like game studio. Like, where was that? I would rather not talk about it.
We've all got those on our resume.
Yeah. Monster Hunter Final Fantasy 14 crossover. How you feeling about that?
Oh, I feel real good. Real good. Yeah, it's cool, man. You can put in Dragoon armor.
Monster Hunter World is crossing over into Final Fantasy 14.
And vice versa. Yeah, they're both working together. So you can fight the Rathalos dragon and get him as a mount in Final Fantasy 14. And something else. I think you can get like the Palico as a pet or something like that. In Monster Hunter, you fight a behemoth as the monster. And he does like his meteor strikes that'll one-shot kill you and stuff. And you get Dragoon armor. And you can get a Moogle costume for your Palico.
Okay.
So I don't know how that doesn't just... I don't know why you're not ordering Monster Hunter right now.
Oh,
it's awesome,
Tune
dude.
in next week where we talk about Japanese versus Western design. Thank you for listening to Save Every Universe. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to support us, you can go to patreon.com/Save Every Universe and become a patron.
You can also let us know what we missed in this last month. You can reach us at saveeveryuniverse@gmail.com or send us pics of your Palico.